Hey folks, just finishing up my lunch here and letting this run for a bit while people come in and trying to get the chat fixed again. It doesn't seem to want to work. So, where, why, how, reasons, and badness. The fake Latin spam you see from T-Board is just the testing button working. Afternoon JPM, drop tables, Lemming King, and cases. So the widget seems to be working. Yeah. But the actual IRC, less so. I'll try restarting T-Board. Maybe that'll fix it. It claims connected. Yay! It's working. Awesome. Fantastic. Hello, Vinwolf. Alright, so Magicmaker. Besides having the world's most awesome menu music and cool little toy where you can drag your mouse around and light up all of the different tiles, it's actually a pretty fun game. We're going to start a brand new game. I played, actually, I have to start a brand new game. I played the first 3 levels on the demo, and that decided it for me. So you're a wizard whose adventure is not this way. And as you can see, people are yelling at you to get a job. The Dragon's Quill bookstore, not hiring. Wizards, dry cleaners, not hiring. Bloodhammer financial magical tax return specialists, now firing. So we're stuck with the Wizarding Temp Agency. And that's kind of sad. Alright. Welcome to the Wizarding Temp Agency, where we fully committed to keeping wizards employed. I gotta pay rent this month. Okay, rent is one of the many exciting things you can afford once our state-of-the-art job placement spell finds you a career. I like things. Please wait while the job's placement spell determines your future career. Undercover rockstar. Violent groomer. Dungeon person. Ghost mascot. Dragon Advisor, Griffin Advisor, Indie Hunter, Professional Artist? Nope. Security Guard. Congratulations! According to our job placement spell, you'd be perfect as a security guard! Luckily, a local wizarding school, Doorwall Community College, needs a replacement. I'll just teleport you to the aptitude test. If you survive, you'll be hired on the spot. And that's it. Alright. So this is your basic little tutorial. You get to scare away some butterflies. It tells you jump with the space bar. And you open things with E. Hey Necroons, didn't you follow me once already? You following again? Open that up. And I get a fire wand, which I can left click and cast a fireball spell. Hit the target, and I can get through the wall. Open this up, and I get a Grade F rock. Wand slay to cast simple magic spell whenever you need it. Now this one's stuck in the wall here, and well, we know we can't get through without breaking the target. So, as it says, you can slot in a material to your spells. I have a rock which will allow it to pass through walls when used on spells and wands. And I'm a little worried about the placement of chat. Yeah, chat ain't gonna work there at all. Let me move that. There. That'll do. Hello, Ignited. So yes, on spells and wands can pass through walls, and an F grade will allow a maximum burrow time of 1/4 of a second. Yay! Click finish to finish. You can, at the top, you can also name your wand. So, I could totally get a random name. It is now the Earthgrave. I will cast Earthgrave through the wall at the target. Awesome. So, now I open up this box, and I get the ability to cast a spell using mana. I have 100 mana. As you can see, this is a regenerating target that I'm not going to be able to kill with my normal attack. But if I cast my spell at it, well, that did 100 damage instead of 10. Pop open this, I get myself some more materials, which I can open up with I to see what I have. I currently have 0 rocks and 1 fire crystal. You can alter your spells at the librarian at the infinite mana crystal. So let's alter our magic spell to include a fire crystal. This is the only material I have. This gives it the ability to set enemies on fire and spread fire to nearby foes, which is pretty awesome. And we will give it a random name. Flame Ignition. I like it. So yeah, if I target that one, well, it just burned through all of them. You can also duck. You become basically a head when you duck, which is kind of entertaining. I actually really like the art style in this game. It amuses me. What do we got? Robes! Now I have HPs. That's potentially a problem. All of a sudden, I can die. Now I got my lightning rod. If I add that onto my robes, every material, as you can see, has its special effect on robes. Rocks cause a shockwave when landing. Fire causes a burning trail to follow behind you. Lightning rods causes a buildup of energy that destroys enemy projectiles. Maximum shield 3.5 magic meters. And we're going to name this the Rags of Shielding because that's appropriate. And as you can see, now I have a cool little shield around me. If the turret projectile hits it, the shield gets smaller. But I can build the shield back up by shuffling my feet across the grass. Alright, let's go. Hey, Drethic. What do we got here? We have a map! Which chat is sitting firmly on top of. Alright. So, we will edit the scene further. And remove chat from that corner. And try it in that corner. Maybe that'll work out. There's going to be some experimentation as I figure out exactly where to put things. Giant plants sometimes contain gems. As it said, gems unlock chests at the end of the level. You want to collect all of the gems because you'll get special goodies for doing so. Oh, but sometimes giant plants are just giant flowers. So, I'm going to use my magic spell to take him out quickly. Down he goes. Love the particle effects in this game. Doop. Boop. Nope. Okay, we'll go up the middle. Smash that. There we go. And grab another chest. Another gem. When you have all 4 gems, you unlock a special large chest at the end of the level. That's exactly what I'm saying, drop tables. I have made a shield of static electricity. End of every level, there's a treasure portal. Your gems will unlock various chests. I got a couple of goodies. You'll always get 1 chest for free without collecting any gems. But you get these other 4. Ooh, grade D fire crystal. With random goodies. So every time, you're going to end up with slightly different stuff compared to everyone else. And in the big one, I collected the Doorwall Security Guard license. Yay! I survived, therefore I'm hired. Okay, so I can upgrade my flame spell further. I could just flat out give it the higher level crystal by clicking upgrade here. And that causes my fire damage to be 32 over 5 seconds now. I can also add on special extras. Explosive powder will cause it to explode on collision, damaging enemies and applying its effects to nearby enemies in 3 magic meters. Lightning Rod causes it to arc to nearby enemies on collision, up to 6 magic meters away, or arc power reduction with an arc power reduction of 50%. Trick Bullet causes it to ricochet off multiple enemies. I kind of like that one, but it's not what I'm going to be using. Quicksilver Gear causes projectile to travel faster. Also a nice one, but again, not what I'm using. I will, I think, attach the explosive one to it for now. I've got some plans for the spell with some stuff that I'm going to be getting later. We'll call this Explosive Ignition. Yes. The Earthrave, on the other hand, we can't upgrade the rock. I am going to give it a Trick Bullet so it'll bounce around a bit. And a Lightning Rod. So the whole point of the wand that I have is the fact that it can hit multiple targets. And the spell now, well, that does a bit of an AoE, which is nice. That'll help me out in tricky situations. On the robe, on the other hand, I could add a knockback boost. Nah, no need. Shockwave on landing, equally unimpressed. Movement speed, on the other hand, I like a lot. And let's see. This, if killed, you explode after delay. If the explosion kills an enemy, you're revived. I'm not super happy with that one. Leave a burning trail wherever you go. That's kind of nice. Walking builds up energy shield that destroys enemies' projectiles. We already have that one equipped. So we'll call this good for now. And we'll visit the headmaster here. So, we're being sent to the forest zone. Get lost. Find suspicious activity, search for dangerous creatures. People have been reporting goblins casting spells in the forest. We all know goblins are too dumb to cast spells, so go see if you can find out what's going on. Oh yeah, don't forget to craft some useful spells for your adventures. Last week's security guard only had a basic wand and robe and kinda got exploded. Nice. Karutero, I did not make you do anything. You did it all of your own free choice. So yes, you get one last chance to recraft your spells before you go in. You can also save spells for later. Randomize everything in a certain item. Load items for later. And I think revert changes. In any case, it's kind of neat. So you're also able to create a screenshot of your loadout just by clicking that share button. It's kind of nice. Alright, let's get going. Got a serious frog in my throat today, so I'm going to be muting frequently to... Oops. Hello, goblins. Goodbye, goblins. Ah, this game is satisfying. Except when your aim is terrible like mine. That doesn't help matters at all. But that's why I have the AoE spell. Because my aim is terrible. You die. You get to kill Navi over and over again, which is, you know, a fantastic thing in my book. I have no idea, Homerid. I know that this is the default, and I wasn't able to change the text specifically. Things are rather tiny, though. Dead fairies. I'm more amused by that than I should be. So, this is why I gave it the ability to burrow. Now I can stand here in safety and shoot through the walls at them. Yep. That's fun. But I gotta go get those items before they despawn. Burning fairy. And yes, they can despawn on ricochet. I mean, it can burrow on ricochet as well. There we go. Aim with mouse, move with WASD and space. E button opens chests. This is Magicraft, Warrior DB. If I had a better rock, I could kill him safely from here. There we go. Dead plant is dead. So you can barely see from the itty-bitty little map there. You can... There is a boss fight in this room right here. So we're going to go around the other way first. See if I can find those other 2 gems. That'd be nice. No fall damage in this game, which I like. There we go. There's one of them. Ah, there we go. Boom! Yeah. Too much fun. What have we got here? I don't remember this from the demo. Everything burn! Things are very easy in the first level. They get slightly harder later on. Yay! Goodies! I like goodies. Haha! Fantastic. There we go. As I said, my aim is terrible. Huh, alright, well, it looks like I have to go up top now. Levels appear to be slightly procedurally generated in that I was on this level in the tutorial and it was very different now. But that might be my imagination. That makes me wonder if I can activate this guy. Nope. Hello, namaste. Indeed, Lemon King. Things! I like things. Things are good. And you're dead. Oh! Hello there! Boss fight! Deadly plant thing. Graspus Windmane. Yeah, let's just throw a lot of magic explosions at you right away and try to dodge around you. You. I don't like you at all. Pollen Flower needs to die. You know, it'd be great if you could stop harming me. No more pollen flower. Good. No more vine. Now he's stuck. When you get him stuck like that, you do power hits when you attack. This game is about 70% homage and nostalgia there. Karuteru. Alright, we're not going in there yet because I need to go find suspicious activity first. Down you go, down you go. Goodies, give me my things. All of the things. Ooh, treasure chest. Another grade F lightning rod. Hello. Oh, come on. Casting spells isn't that hard. Let's try this again. Slot the material land. Whoa! Who are you? I'm Azazel. Probably should say that. Goblins! Destroy that wizard! What jig? And here come the goblin spellcasters. And there go the goblin spellcasters. Oh, hello. There's a fair few goblins there. Let's make there be less goblins. Now there are a lot less goblins. There we go. Alright, map explored. Everything's cleaned out. Azazel got away, but I'm sure we'll see her again. So, through the portal. Find a secret path containing fantastic treasures. Open you up. Open you up. Open you up. Gets a little bit of stuff here and there. Nothing exciting. But in here we find an artifact. Jarny's Socks of Jumping. Artifacts are powerful relics with all kinds of abilities. Unlock them by collecting all the gems in a level. They let me do this. Which is just fun. Whee! And they just kind of follow along floating behind you. You don't actually wear the socks. Back to... alright, now we actually get to go to Darwall Community College. $10 on Steam, Warrior DB. Wait, somebody named Azazel is teaching magic to goblins? I think I fired an Azazel last week. Kept complaining about not teaching monsters or whatever. So, Illusion Dust, Crystal Ball, and Harpy Feather. Discovered from the last one. Hey, you survived! Congratulations, or whatever. Thanks. Achievement unlocked. Wrongful termination. Meet Azazel. Guess I'll introduce you to the rest of the staff then. You've already met the Wand Maker, Librarian, and Tailor. The Costumer will allow you to customize your appearance. The Alchemist will help you create new materials for your spells. Haven't visited him yet, actually. Talk to the Artist to customize what your spells look like. That's where the fun comes in. And these portals lead to zones like the forest, where you'll find all kinds of magical adventures and random chores for you to complete. Have fun, and no slacking off! Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Over here, we have our friendly, tipsy, advice-giving drunk. The great thing about this, if you visit any of the areas, one, if you're near one of these crystals, your mana regens instantly, which is nice. Two, well, if I were to visit the Tailor here, well, one, I unlock my artifact, which is nice, but I can use any of the stations. I don't actually have to travel around like that. Okay. So what did I get that's new? Oh, what's happening here? Oh, things just kind of paused mid-move. Illusion Dust. Every few spell casts, your spell will be cast twice on robes, or shoot multiple projectiles at reduced power on spells. Well, that sounds neat. Harpy Feather gives knockback on spells, or reduced fall speed on robes. That doesn't sound useful at all. Crystal Ball. Projectiles home in on the nearest enemy. That is not as useful as you want it to be. Let me tell you that right now. Alright, so I want to add something to, I think, my robe here. Do I want to put Illusion Dust on my robe? No, I don't. I know what I want. I'm saving the robe spot for something that I'll get in the next level or two. So, let's toss on the wand, instead of the arcing, we're going to give it the Illusion Dust. So I will shoot multiple projectiles. So now my wand fires 2 bullets at a time, which is awesome. And we're going to change the look of the wand. We can have it fire... You can alter one main primary effect. My options are Trick Bullet, Illusion Dust, or Rock. And you can activate as many secondary effects as you want. So here's the Illusion Dust on its own. Here's the Illusion Dust secondary effect added. Little particle string following it. Here's the Rock secondary effect added. Bunch of particles around the main projectile. And here's the Trick Bullet particle effect added. I think that looks pretty cool, actually. We're going to go with that. Achievement unlocked, My Masterpiece. Customize a spell with the Artiste. Alright, let's see. We can easily upgrade because we have a better version of the explosion. So if we click upgrade, it will replace it with a higher level material. AoE radius is now 4 magic meters. And I've already got the fire in there. And I still don't have the extra thing that I want. So we're just going to hang out and not improve that yet. I got some plans, though, that are going to be pretty fun. You'll see once I get the goodies. Oh, what's up here? It's an exclamation point. Temple Zone. Ancient artifacts of dangerous and unknowable power. Huh. I'll probably regret going there as my first place. The Temple Zone was definitely not available in the demo. That's the wand maker. This is the costumer. Let's see what you can do for my appearance. Alright, so there's a variety of hats available. You can change the color of everything. Which is pretty fantastic, I think. Change your eyes, change your face accessory, change your face entirely. I can have whiskers. This is actually relatively amusing. Let's see. Let's have black shoes. Make them, you know, fancy adventure-looking boots. Hair front? Wow, okay. What kind of hat do I want? No, 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 maybe? Beret? Nah. No. Glasses? No. That one. I like that one. We'll go with that one. I've played Risk of Rain Warrior DB. In fact, I played it recently on a stream. Neat. And now my color blindness kicks in, and I'm not 100% certain if I've actually selected a decent purple and yellow. That's okay. Eyes. I can have sad eyes. I can have angry eyes. There we go. I can have a fancy monocle. It's a heck of a mustache. Dark purple and green. Darn. Super Axander, thanks for the host. From what I understood, high green, moderate red, and low blue would get you a decent yellowish color. Original. Achievement unlocked. Original character, do not steal. That's very orange. Even I can tell that much. Oh no, that was wrong. It's a lot more blue than purple. We'll go with that. Nope, this is all the way out, Electra. Yes, Six Killer, I was there and tweeted about it. Alright, let's see what I can do with a robe. Ooh, I can change it around. Figure out the various shapes I can get before I do anything else. Nice! I can put me in a dress. Neck? What neck? Oh, you can give yourself a little scarf. I see. Oh, hey, you can have a different head shape. I can be a skull. Nah, I like the little... actually, I kind of like this little cuboid-looking thing. Callian, go ahead. Actually, we're going to set that to the... No. Layers and layers and layers. That works for me. Druids make fantastic healers, Callian. Yellow is 6'd over from the right. Awesome, thank you. That there? Really? Huh. Guess I had everything a little wrong. Thought yellows needed to be slightly more green than red with an RBG system. I was incorrect. What is down here? A portal to somewhere. That is the desert zone. No, we're gonna go back to the forest zone, because that's the first area. And the least likely to kill me horribly. Which, you know, I like not horribly dying. Alright, Alchemist, what can you do for us? Use alchemy to combine essences and stones to create new materials. Well, I have very little in the way of essences. And very little in the way of stones. Okay, I see. Allows you to jump several times while in midair. That's kind of nice. Ah, that's the material I'm looking for. Yeah, this is awesome. If you're not finding exactly what you're looking for, you can create it. We're gonna wait a little while. But there's some really cool abilities in here. Yeah, we're not gonna make anything yet. Don't blow my cover. What? Okay, what do we got here? Oh yeah, this is the artifact area. And you'll notice that there's one thing that's still kind of a question mark for me. Alright, what's the portal down here lead to? Dungeon zone? The castle zone. Maybe I don't want to go there quite yet. Really kind of want to stick with the forest until I have better goodies. Alright, but where even is the forest? Maybe back here? Probably. I have no idea, Lemon King. There we go, forest zone. I've already done this one, which means now I can go in there and free play and goof off and such. Let's go with make like a tree and clean up all the leaves and dispose of the giant plant monster. Bachelors. Ah, bachelors would be the difficulty of the zone, I assume. So let's see if there's any more associates zones, as I am still a newbie mage security guard guy. I like that they actually make me dig to this portal. That amuses me greatly. Alright, associates. The crystals of MacGuffin. Alright, I love the sense of humor in this game. We need 4 crystals from the cavern. They're magical, of course. Like, more than usual. There's just one problem. They're hidden inside the walls and completely invisible. Shoot every wall, ceiling, and floor. It seems like my best option. It's not my job to tell you how to get this stuff done. Yeah. No problem. We'll find them. Right. So I basically need to destroy all of this terrain to find what I'm looking for. Hello. Giant snowball. Also goblin wizard. Ah! Giant snowball splits into smaller snowballs on death. That's not okay. There we go. Actually, not on death, just as you heard it. Interesting. What do we got down here? An ice gargoyle. Oh! Ah, that was amazing. That was amazing. I am happy with that outcome. Very, very much so. So if you light the snow on fire, the fire spreads all over. I'm kind of liking my spread shot ricochet that can go through walls. I kind of wish it could go a little further through walls and maybe spread shot it a little more and ricochet a little harder, but, you know, that's what the future's for. Collect newer, better stuff. You can run out of air if you're underwater. Just, you know, it's a good thing to know. And then you start taking damage once you do. Standard mechanic there. Ow, 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 ow. There we go. Right. Ice forms on the top of the water. Who would have thunk? Yeah, the problem is they don't actually give you anything, Electra. You have to go find it yourself. S to duck. S. Ow, ow, ow. Don't die. Thank you. Evercold ice. Okay, that's one of the ones that I've been looking for, actually. Because it gives you a damage shield for your robes. Which I think is fantastic. Oh, hey, look, a person. Hello, person. 1 down, 3 to go. Golly, these are hard to find. Who knew powerful crystals would be so well hidden? Hey, I need that. What the? You again? I'm out of here. Wait, no. You can't leave. You left. Alright. Clearly she is your rival and primary antagonist. Ow. Note to self. Giant cold of frozen is bad. This is working out fairly well. I'm actually really enjoying this spell. It is pretty awesome. There, got some essence of red. Ooh, look at that. A thingy. I got a power crystal. Also the super crystal. This is like cheating. Nope, it's self-documenting. There's no need for a wiki, Electra. If I open up my inventory and I mouse over Evercold Ice, it tells me on spell swans it slows enemy movements, including attacks, and on robes it creates a damage-absorbing shield. Shield regenerates if no damage is taken for a time. Yay! Alright, what do we got this way? Well, we got more stone that I can set on fire, which continues to be ridiculous. I was gonna say that spikes are probably a bad thing. Oh, hey. I probably don't want to let this guy out, but I'm about... Okie dokie. That's not okay. Ow! Hello, Shadow. Alright. Can't seem to stop the attack from happening. Instead, we'll just focus on getting him killed off. There we go. More people die. Ow. So yeah, as expected, Spike's bad. I anticipated... Ooh, that looks fancy. Ow, ow, ow. I'm glad your health regens over time, or I'd have been dead a long time ago. That must be the rumbling deep within the cave that I'm supposed to investigate. However, I have multiple other crystals I'm supposed to collect first. Ow. I am bad at jumping. That is what I have learned today. Nice. Grade F Stone of Energy, Grade F Essence of Purple. I feel like I should make myself a build that uses nothing but materials created from Essence of Purple. Ooh, there's the last gem. Okay. Not, you know, the crystal of power that I need, but the gemstone that unlocks the loot at the end. Which, honestly, that's a lot more important to me. Maybe if they actually gave me equipment instead of expecting me to go find my own. Alright, you know what? They can just do whatever. Burn the ice. Which doesn't stop being funny. Come on. There we go. Had to slow down a bit. Yay! That's all 4 crystals. Or gems, or whatever you call them. Got him! Alright, now we go down to the bottom. See if we can find the other 2 crystals. So seem to have blasted out all of the walls that are available to blast out. Oh, never mind. It is like that then. Okay. Yep, this is where that crystal ball on the robes would have come in handy. Hello, Lisa. Lemon King, I'm terrible for precision to begin with. So, It's not exactly hurting me a lot. See, I would have put one of the crystals in here to force people to walk through here. Thanks for the follow, the Robrit. Sure. I feel like you've followed before, but I'm not certain. I'm pretty sure it's intentionally set up to be difficult. Yeah, this is cheating. Or, sorry, strategically using my advantages. Which sometimes looks a lot like cheating. Like a lot like cheating. Anti-magic crystal. Oh, they just drain my mana. That's not a big deal. Ow. And she did take one of them, so we knew we weren't going to get all four anyway. Yay, you made it to 70 on Team Not Dead. Good for you, Lisa. Alright, what do we got here? Boss fight? I have unleashed evil, the crawling ritual. Let's, stop that from existing, how about? Ah, hey, that's not okay. One down, one to go. Oh, there we go. That wasn't bad at all. A sparkly bit of terrain up above. Sure. How far up above, Lemon King? I am looking for the very final crystal, so I would assume it's near the top. Or the very first crystal, anyway. Well, this is the first cavern I was in. Because any further up and I'm on the surface. Thank you very much, Lemon King. Alright, let's get out of here. See, the other thing that they don't bother to do at this particular academy is provide me with a way home that doesn't involve me, you know, killing everything and finding the portal back on my own. Apparently I'm just supposed to be completely self-sufficient in this career. They also don't pay me, I assume. Well, no, actually the whole point is I'm supposed to get paid. Alright, deep in the cavern you find some treasures in the frozen in the ice. I assume they're down there. Nice. Alright, I got a rock, a trick bullet, a bouncy ball, a lightning rod, another bouncy ball, and an upgraded robe. My robe now has 4 material slots. That's fancy. Yeah, this game is by Tasty Stew. There's the link. Really cool bunch of people. Back to the academy we go. You're back! Did you get all 4 crystals? Oh, you missed one. No, I didn't. Dang, we won't get the set bonus. Ha. Also, Azazel has a crazy powerful magic crystal now. Oops. Nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. So, I got... Ooh, you know what? I can access it right here. Yes. I want 2 things. I want some Ever-Cold Ice to provide me with a shield strength of 10 that recharges in 3 seconds. And I want... Ooh, optic lens. Yes. Crystal ball to point me to the nearest loot. Detection range, 20 magic meters. And we're going to put a crystal ball, magic lens into my explosive fire spell. Which changes it to this. Let's go customize that. See what we can do with it. Basically, this is Ars Magica 2, the platformer, yes. Alright. Change you around. So, my options are the Fire Crystal primary, the Optic Lens primary, or the Explosive Powder primary. I think out of all of them, the Fire Crystal... Well, the Fire Crystal looks cool when it lands, but... Maybe this guy? Maybe this guy. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. We'll go with that. Now, oh, there's only one target here, so I can't show you how really awesome this is. Anyway, let's go take on a new quest. We'll see if the castle up top has some... has an associate. The temple, that's what it was. Castle's at the bottom. Wand lore, associates. Cool, let's go find the older wand. Imprison the temple guardian. Oh, what did that guy have to say about this mission? We need to get deeper, blah blah blah. That makes it the best wand ever invented, too. Because it's the first wand ever invented. That's just how these things work. That's silly. No, that's intentional. I have 110 out of 100 health because of that ice thing that... that's not okay. I don't know what just happened, but it was very much not okay. Yay, crystal, or gem, or whatever. That was easy. That was silly. Okay, they seem to lose power when I walk away from them, though. What about you? What do you do? You, I can push along to... lock myself in permanently. Awesome. Until I do that. And everything dies. Achievement unlocked. Final spark. Use optic lens to kill 10 enemies with lasers. Oh, hello. Ah, you're scary. And it's dark in here. You need to go away. Okay, that's one. I don't like this place. I have very little information. There. Also, this guy seems invulnerable. Bug off. Glad I have that shield. It's basically the only thing stopping that other guy from getting really... Ow! Found a trap. All of these puzzles and traps and such are vaguely frustrating. There. Alright. Still need to figure out how these guys work is the thing. Oh, I see. When I visit one of those, it scares the guy off for a little while. That makes sense. Now I get it. Should have been able to figure that out before. Oh, just... that's it? Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Whispers, whispers. You're scary, you're scary. Go away. This is kind of creepy. Clearly, I'm going slightly insane. Got 3 of 4 crystals. No wand yet. There we go. Explosion's good. Grade F ectoplasm. Wonder what that does. Behold Thulu. You know, it would be great if there were another one of those gem things down here that scared him off. I'd like that a lot. What? Oh! They're fake jewels. Ah, that was terrifying. Check it out. I fell all the way. Ow. Pit trap. And that's all that's over here. I pretty much just need to move all of those crystals around, I assume. Will he go away on his own? Yes, he will. At least you can't accidentally move the crystals the wrong way. That's a little nice. The holder is from Dungeons & Dragons. It is a staple of the franchise. Ow! This guy's really annoying. He's doing like none of the damage, and he can't really bother me in any real, like, frightening way, but he's just really annoying. Because he just keeps putting the lights out. It's like the most frustrating thing he can do is turn off the lights temporarily. You know you're a failure as an ultimate evil when? The holders aren't all that bad. You get used to them. One down. Two down. I will get into that chest eventually. Three. Howdy, glitch monkey. There. The chest is mine. This is better be worth it. Ah, that was the older wand. Okay. Alright, I have everything except for imprisoning the Temple Guardian, which I can only assume happens down here. Should have done this first. This doesn't seem difficult at all. Stand on the platforms. Would have made the whole collecting the older wand part a lot easier. It's a cool looking device. Ancient Magics. I think I just collected the older god, elder god into a cosmic Pokeball. I'm gonna qualify that as winning. Alright, so that was a slightly frustrating level that I'm happy to be done with. If I've got the older wand, does that mean I get to use it and have, you know, more stuff? The Tomb of an Ancient God King. Awesome. I have found an exalted tomb. Grade F Rock, Grade F Quicksilver Gear, Grade F Rune, Grade F Bouncy Ball, Grade D Lightning Rod, and Super Scroll. Spells now have 4 material slots. That's awesome. I'm pretty happy about that, actually. Mission complete. You have it, don't you? The older wand. I can feel the millions of lives shattered by deathly touch. Thank goodness. With this, I'll be able to conjure up a wicked sick escape spell if Azazel shows up. Alright, so I got runes. Hitting an enemy causes them to drop mana restoring crystals, or casting a spell, mana costs are reduced for a time. Ectoplasm steals mana on kill or increases maximum mana. And Vampire Tooth recovers health upon kill or boosts all healing effects. Neat. I already know exactly what I'm going to put into that other spell slot I just unlocked, though. You are going to get a trick bullet. And you are going to get upgraded. Now I have a 4.5 magic meter maximum shield size. So why did I want to upgrade that with a ricochet? Well, let me show you. Actually, never mind, I can't show you because I don't have that ability here. This game is $9.99, Loki Man. Alright, next zone is Associates. Magic is the new black. Find another ancient artifact, imprison the Temple Guardian. Again, if Azazel does attack, you're going to have to stall her. I need to pack up my ancient wand collection before my daring escape. The Temple's got to have some non-wand artifacts you can handle. Find something that will help you survive a few seconds longer. Nice. I don't like you. The other this time is the Honorable Protector. That's right, go away. Fake gems. Let's find the real one. Those weren't it. That wasn't it. Ah, it's up there. You can tell the real one because it sparkles and glows. And doesn't make that awful noise when you walk into it. There we go. There's a giant key over there. Ow! Stop that. Hey, guy. Don't do that. Stop it. This one's different. Down he goes. Hey, look. Ow! An ancient throne room. Can I have his crown? No? Blast. Giant key. I'll take that. You're coming with me, key. Ooh, another giant key. You'll notice that my beam spell is now ricocheting to... I found a hole. My beam spell now ricochets to multiple targets. Yeah. Oh hey, look, this is where we imprison the Guardian. Let's get that cosmic Pokeball together. This one's not nearly as bad as the other one was. He just kind of swoops at me. Ow. There we go. And cutscene thing. Yup, gotta catch them all. I'm entertained. Ow! I've been standing there taking pot shots from the fireballs the whole time? That's BS. Yay! Can I even get out of here? Am I trapped down here forever, or is there a way out? Let's find out. Alright, that's 2 keys. There's another one in the room, but I think I'm stuck down here now. However, at least I got all of the gems. That means I can't get the other ancient artifact. That isn't good. That doesn't work out for me. Ooh, maybe I can get up this way. Nope. No idea, Six Killer. Yeah, I don't think there's any way for me to get back up. I think I'm gonna have to replay this level because I goofed and came down here too soon without finding all of the goodies. Okay. Well, since I have to replay the level anyway, let's find out what happens if you die. Sparkly bit of ground on the middle of the hole? What are you talking about? One more hit. Down I go. Apparently I explode. Okay, so that's what happens to a reason. You're fired. Reason for termination, general incompetence. Let's reapply. Mission failed. So I haven't found anything, but you haven't even looked. Alright, we'll retry this mission with the same loadout. Welcome to the level with the Honorable Protector, which annihilates. This amuses me. Oh, and yep, this is a different level, so things are a little bit procedurally generated. Or at least, it's very slightly different in some ways. Ooh, that's a new thing. What are you? Essence of Black. Alright, we know that that's the way, all the way down. So let's not go there yet. What? What? Okay. That looks like a timer to me. Can only imagine I would have been sad if that timer had run out. Alright, there's the proper gem. Ow. I can get out of that, yeah. I think. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Alright, we can get rid of the Guardian. That's nice. Yeah, if I go there, though, I have to redo the level anyway. Yes, I would have gotten goodies, but I wanted to see what happened when you died. What's the failure state in this game, you know? Explosions. Particles everywhere. Happiness. Ow. Hello, Stormageddon. Hey, a key. Nice. Apparently you can't just jump past the bar. You need to, you know, be a little bit trickier than that. Once again, all of the gems was relatively simple. Getting the ancient artifact, on the other hand, slightly more difficult. But only slightly. That's a dead goblin wizard. What have we over here? Throne room. Bad guys. Dead bad guys. No drops for me. And here we go. Yeah, that would have just taken me back to town. Alright, is that the last key I need? I think it is. Let's go find out. Oh, actually, the chest is over here? Yes. Nope, I need one more key. Ah, where'd I leave it? Enjoy the cooking. Ah, there it is. Success! The anti-magic amulet. Nice. Burial tomb. Tomb of an ancient god king. Good. Give me presents. Grade D ninja sword. Grade C lightning rod. Grade F lightning ninja sword. Found ninja swords, that's cool. And I got artifact to unlock. I can get the Muka's Dustpan of Haste upon taking damage, double movement speed for 2 seconds. The Blessed Ancient Mystical Enchanted Cursed Voodoo Doll prevents death once per level. That's pretty sweet. Or the Grudge Talisman. Increase damage by 100% against the first monster type slain. Resets upon entering a new level. I guess I'll grab the Voodoo Doll for now, but honestly I kind of like my high jump boots. So I'm going to stick with using those for a while. Maybe I'll get to use multiple... Oh, let's see. I'm a total amateur, but I can tell from a cursory glance this amulet will protect you from all spells, as long as the caster is wearing black. The ancients were very fashion conscious, and knew that black was the most magical of all colors. That's why it goes with everything. Nice. Ninja Sword. On spells or wands, performs a melee attack instead, dealing sharply increased damage. Heh, get it? Sharply. Robe. Dash by double tapping A or D. Dashing through enemies will damage them. That's kind of sweet. Philosopher's Stone. Consume extra mana to boost spell power. On Robe, percentage of incoming damage taken from mana instead of health. Ooh, I like magic shields. Fairy Wings. Increase rate of fire at reduced damage. Robe effect. Allow you to jump several times while in midair. Yeah, I gotta get myself another robe slot and add some fairy wings. Achievement unlocked. Don't forget to accessorize. Find some neat magical relics. Nice. Hello, Legend of Dead Gaming. Let's go back in, see what we got. In Defense of the Ancients, Master. Yeah, we'll leave that alone. We're definitely not Master level yet. Alright, you I can upgrade for a 6 magic meter size. Awesome. Let's see if I can make anything cool. Or at least make things that'll upgrade what I'm already using. That'd be nice. Nope. Best I have is a D class. Okay. What have we got here? The Desert Zone. Associates, proof humans can work magic. Find the ancient scroll in the ruined library and defeat the sandworm. With a U. Librarian. As Azel's appearance threatens us all, we must contain the product and protect any legendary artifacts of notable strength. Legends say that far away in the desert there lies a scroll of great and ancient power. Find the scroll and return it here. Alright, let's go find a scroll of great and ancient power. This can only end well for everybody. Ah, they're already shooting at me. Awesome. Everything breaks. I'm on fire? No, that's not allowed. I set things on fire. That's how this works. Found a stone of energy. Found a grade F diamond. Gem acquired. More essence of purple. Siren Seafoam. Well, if nothing else, this spell is really good on this level. So the spell is just kind of good at everything. Ah, hello! Found the sandworm. Spike Brute, the enraged guardian. That can't be good. Okay. Apparently that was all that he had for me. Kill all of the things. Oh, hello again there, Spike Brute. Dead harpies. Where are you coming? There you are. Spike Tail. My fire spell did nothing to the Spike Tail. There we go. That is a dead spiked tail. That's right, you run, Spike Brute. I'm coming for you. You know what? Maybe I should explore inside some of these things. Find the rest of the gems. That'd be good. Also, find goodies. Grade F optic lens. Still need a better optic lens. I gotta find out what those are made with. I like this spell way too much to give it up anytime soon. I just want to make it bigger and better. Alright. Things explored. Moving on. Ran out of mana. I guess it were inevitable. The way I swing this beam around. More goodies. Yay. I like things. Man, if this is what I can do with the grade F and D materials, I can't wait to see what this game does when you have good stuff. I am poisoned and on fire, and I'm kind of okay with that at the moment. Found a, grade D Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, the sound in this game is fantastic. Whoa, that's a lot of projectiles. Charge! Oh, wow. I managed to hit some slowdown there. Yep, didn't like that at all. Too many enemies, too many projectiles, too many particle effects. There's a lot going on the screen most of the time without any problems, though, so I'm pretty satisfied with the performance of the game so far. Especially from such a small studio. Relatively unknown. I think this is their first big release. Well, I mean, it's an indie game, but it's their first, like, game that I've ever seen advertised, and it's the only one they show on their website. Wow! All of the death and dying. Give me the goodies. I like goodies. Found the Harpy's Roost. Fine, I'll go up top. I found a dust bunny. That's right. Secret treasure. Oh. Speaking of finding things, there's the boss again. Spike Brew. Last time, we swear. I don't believe you. Oh, it's almost dead. Down goes the sandworm. Good. Go die and create the spice for me. Find the ancient scroll and defeat the sandworm. Oh, I'm done. I was having so much fun I wasn't paying attention to the quest. I accidentally completed everything. Okay. Hang on just a moment. Alright, there we go. Had to answer an urgent message. Beyond the sands, a vast amount of treasure appears. It may be a mirage. Let's investigate. Grade F Tricky Bullet. Grade F Philosopher's Stone. Grade F Diamond. Grade F Quicksilver Gear. Grade F Philosopher's Stone. And Grade F Crystal Ball. I gotta go do some harder missions. Ooh. Your wand now has 4 material slots. That's pretty cool. Happy about that. Oh yeah, it does. Look at that. Level seed 5656. Neat. Wait, a pile of dust is all you found? Bummer. Let's see. The diamond penetrates through multiple enemies. That's kind of neat. Immune to knockback while standing still and reduces knockback while moving for on robes. Also kind of neat. Siren Seafoam. Projectiles travel in a wave pattern, reducing mana cost. Huh. I gotta know what that does with the lens. Robe Effect. Charges a shield that reflects enemy projectiles. That's sweet. On spells, splits into multiple projectiles after some time, and Robe. When taking damage, you explode, dealing damage to nearby enemies. Okay, that's cute. Alright, so we finished you. You're a bachelor's. We're not doing bachelor's yet, we're doing the associate spells, and then we're going back to the forest. Castle is an associate. The Cleansing. Purge 10 ghosts with the Rainbow Prism. Search for other suspicious activity. Attack with Rainbow Prisms to make them easier to find in the dark. I don't have Rainbow Prisms. Oh, I was just given a Rainbow Prism. Awesome. Let's just put that into the wand right now. Rainbow Prism. On spells wands, projectiles illuminate darkness and reveal minimap. On robes, increase sight radius in the dark. Okay. Fantastic. Oh yeah, this place is fun. I feel like my fire spell should also be able to illuminate things, but apparently not. Oh, I have to kill them specifically with the Rainbow Prism. Okay. Alright, there's the boss up there. Ooh, goody. What'd I get? Ton of bricks. Grade F. Some dudes got dead. Oh, what are you? Hello. Kill all of the things. Oh, you're an anti-ghost torch. That's neat. Lantern? One of them. Ah, the Rainbow Prism can light it up. I see. Gem get. Makes 3. Magic boomerang. Neat. Bet that has a fun effect. Wizard down. Another magic boomerang. Another gem. Awesome. Oops, wrong button. And the final gem. Awesome. Yeah, the moon is pretty creepy. Reminds me more of... Oh, what's that? Soul Eater than Majora's Mask, though. Ah, that was actually kind of funny. That guy went down fast. Wow. That was a boss fight. Achievement unlocked. Associate Wizard. Beat the boss of each zone on Associate's difficulty. Okay. Give me your goodies. Scroll unlocked. You now have an extra spell slot. Nice. I can stroll between them easy enough. So now I can make some specialty powers to take with me to certain things. Nope, can't quite make it. If I had the seafoam shell thing, I would be able to, though. Starts near your cursor and returns to you. Interesting. Projectiles cling to walls, or you can walk on walls. That's cool. I like that. Charge your shield that knocks away enemies. Ton of bricks, increased spell damage while standing still, or projectiles obey gravity and have increased spell power. I like the Alchemist. That amused me. Alright, what's next in the castle zone? It would be a bachelor's. Alright, we're gonna go back to the forest now, because I believe I've hit up everywhere on those difficulties. Oh, but first I'm gonna set up another spell, you know? So, let's see. I really wonder what happens if you put a ninja sword together with an optic lens. So I'm going to find out. Whoops. Really didn't want to use up my only D ninja sword. I don't want to use up my only optic lens too, but that's okay. That's actually pretty cool. Doesn't seem to kill any faster than this one, though. Anyway, I definitely want a non-beam spell for this one. Oh, it gave me back my optic lens and my ninja blade. I didn't know that it gave me back the lower level ones. That's kind of nice. Oh yeah, I wanted to see what happens if I put you and you together. Really? That's it? That doesn't seem so bad to deal with at all. It's slightly wavy. That's entertaining. All right. And it lasts about 30% longer. Okay. No. Go away. Not you. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Put these back. Wasn't there a... Let's see what happens if we do splits into multiple projectiles after some time with the optic lens. Ha! It's also a heck of a lot longer of a beam. Also runs out faster. Oh no, actually, same. Double beams. Oh, I'm sorry, Saf. Should I have less fun? I can do something else. I could stream doing my taxes or something. I'm not seeing anything that's like super amazing. Damage plus 50%. Yeah, we're gonna use, we're gonna make a melee attack. We're gonna make a boss killer here. Let's see what the standard melee attack is. Heh. I approve. And, I don't know if I need that, actually. I like the idea of stealing mana on a kill with my melee attack. That's weird. I don't like it. We're just gonna set up the heaviest hitting spell that I can manage with all of the extra damage bonuses. Oh, you can stack multiple ninja if you want lots of damage. But we're gonna toss in the Philosopher's Stone. Rank D. And I really don't know if I need the penetrates through multiple or not, but we'll find out next time. I don't know. Maybe the sea foam? Reduce the mana cost slightly? Yeah, we'll do that. I can only cast this spell 3 times. However, it hits for 300 damage. I am satisfied. Let's see what we can do for the looks. Philosopher's Stone makes it look... Could you stop talking? You're annoying. Oh, all I get to do is pick his secondary effects. Alright, so it's going to be a giant thing. Ton of bricks just kind of adds a dust storm. Ooh, I like the sirens. Philosopher's Stone and sirens together makes a really cool looking sword. That seems like particle overload. There we go. I'm satisfied. Off to the forest. So let's make like a tree. Clean up all the leaves and dispose of the giant plant monster. Trees in the Great Doorwall area are magic guard. Their leaves do not decompose or decay. This leaves the trees looking pristine year-round. The leaves from last autumn clump together in giant piles, leaving unsightly orange clumps all over the woods. It looks so gaudy. The forest would be much nicer if you were to remove all the leaf piles. Sure thing, artist. Sure thing. Whatever you need. Alright. We're gonna make things die. And collect some loot. Wow, these forest spell zones are a lot easier than it was on the tutorial. Something about having lots of cool spells and artifacts, I guess. Ah, chaos. Alright, let's see how well my new thing does for me. Yep, it definitely hits multiple enemies at a time. I think I'm gonna get rid of the split on this one. It's really not that useful. Not when I have this for AoE cleanup. Oh, hey look, a fairy queen. Not anymore. I love that ricochet. Lemon King, you're imagining things. Oh, hello, mouth. What do we got? Deadly plant thing, Graspus Windmane. Alright. Well, let's see how well my anti-boss attack does on you. Seems to be fairly effective. Wow, achievement unlocked Ultima, achievement unlocked Omnislash, achievement unlocked Meteor Storm. Why did I get those? Use Philosopher's Stone to deal 500 damage in a single strike. Use Ninja Sword to deal 500 damage in a single strike. Use Ton of Bricks to deal 500 damage in a single strike. Nice. I did Elkestra. It wasn't as awesome as I wanted it to be. The waveform was barely noticeable. It was a slight arc and nothing more. Maybe higher levels of the waveform. Huh. Q seems to be filling on its own. Oh, it must have just gotten stuck or something. The whole game looks like some serious mechanical effort has been put into things. I am impressed. Ow. Bees. Water does not heal me. All at the same time, huh, CCM? We'll find out. We will definitely find out. If I had to guess... I can't actually see it from here. In any case, I bet that we're going to get more slots for our spells. The monster was guarding a hidden path containing fantastic treasures. Awesome. I like fantastic treasures. They're fantastic. I get my choice of Staff of the Maple Leaf. You gain 1 maximum mana per enemy slain, resets upon entering a new level. Spellblade of the Legion. Deals damage to all enemies on strain. Damage is 3 times the number of enemies defeated. Resets on use. Or Periwinkle's Fairy Companion. Collects loot for you. Also gives advice. Terrible advice, but advice nonetheless. The advice is more or less an opinion, really. Let's take the staff. Staff sounds cool. Alright, we're diving straight back into the forest. Ooh, Noxious Spore. Poisons, damage stacks with multiple hits. Or I leave a poison cloud. Rift Crystal, teleports you towards the cursor when cast. That's pretty sweet. Has a chance to ignore damage taken. Repulsor Energy, knocks you backwards when cast due to increased spell power. Or increases the power of your next spell after taking damage. Also, kinda neat. Bachelor's Burning Vengeance. Kill 20 fairies with fire-based spells. Hey guards, I heard that you went to the forest recently. Did you set some fairies on fire? You should do that more often. Then they'll pay for what they did. I wonder what they did. Let's go find out. I kind of specialize in fire-based magic, so... we go. Up to 9 out of 20 already. Yeah, they have a lot more hit points now. Bachelor's enemies, just more HPs. Okay. Like those turrets have 50 hit points instead of 15. Goblins have over 100. I got a Vulcan wrench. That can only be a good thing. Boss fight. Hello, Spore Core. Gross plant thing. Graspos root marrow. I almost feel bad for it. Dang. Yup, this beam spell is OP. So the game definitely has some spells that are just flat better than others, and I'm pretty sure I hit one fairly easy, fairly early. Lots of things. Hello, Heat. Been here for a while. Haven't really missed much in the way of streaming. Mostly missed videos. Alright, let's go. What are my goodies this time? Another Rainbow Prism. Fire Crystal. Another Rainbow Prism. Seashell. Fire Crystal. And my choice of either the Spellblade or the Fairy. I'll take the Fairy. The plants may be vulnerable to fire. That would be my bet. Reward. Stella's Incendiary Tome. Whenever you damage an enemy, it lights them on fire for 40 damage over 5 seconds. Contains all the hottest gossip about the students' adorable community college. Ironically, very flammable. See? Burning spells of swarms of fairies is awesome! What did they do? They went around not being on fire. Wow. So I got a Guillotine Blade. Instantly destroys low health enemies when their execution buildup exceeds their current HP, or increases maximum health. Vulcan Wrench. Create a turret. I am so happy right now. Or a turret ally shoots a nearby enemy. And the Necronomicon. Summons a minion alloy where the projectile expires, or a flock of crows follow you and attacks enemies. Necronomicon. Because Necronomicon is patented or something. Alright, must play with turret, because while this thing's neat, honestly this spell does it all. Though I am going to change the look on that spell. I am no longer happy with it. Yeah, let's go with that. Ooh, I can upgrade my optic lens. Nice. Beam width becomes 0.666 magic meters. Aw, I reset the artistry. I play Clicker Heroes. I can't imagine streaming it. That would be weird. Alright, plus 2 magic meters per second becomes plus 4. We're going to reset entirely, actually. I want the create a turret. Turret shots 3. Okay. I want you to do a beam. So, the optic F. And I want you to do ton of bricks. Yeah. Damage and effects plus 30%. And you can stack things, but doing so causes you to have less awesome stuff. Laser length, that's what you... oh, that's kind of neat. Laser length plus 5 magic meters. Alright, let's go try out this turret. Okay, so you can only have one active at a time. That's the downfall of this particular build. Which is a bit of a shame. Alright, let's see about you. You know, the fire is no longer all that useful compared to something like ton of bricks. For more damage. Also, that looks cool. There's only so much that a beam spell can be affected by gravity, after all. Nice. I like the optic lens effect the most. I still really don't know what to do with you. I guess I could make it a teleport spell. By collecting Rift Crystal. Teleport range 4.25 magic meters. That's not enough to care about. No, I'm not worried about the second one at all right now. You know? None of it seems all that useful. Compared to this silly beam that I have right now. Hello, XTSS. Also, Zikmaya, thank you for the follow. I don't know, you guys see something that I'm not seeing, maybe? That'll make this more awesome? I guess the heavy hitter is the way to go. Here, let's make a heavy hitting turret. With penetrating explosive shots. Okay, you want to see a bunch of splits and boomerangs on a laser, huh? Let's see what that'll do. Optic lens. And there's 2 splits that I know about. The magic dust. And the... where is it? The seashell. Yep, that's weird and hard to aim. Let's try it without the boomerang part. This is the 2 splits I have, plus laser. Pretty good at taking out an area. If I toss on a laser length enhancer, now it does this. But you know what, I think I want more than that. If I want to do this, and I want to toss on the bouncy ball. Oh, it's not working. That's a shame. Bouncy ball could have been cool. Oh, because I put the bouncy ball in the wrong place. Whoops. What did I have here? Creates a damage-absorbing shield. While walking, builds a shield that points to the nearest loot. You know what? I can't remember what I had in that. Might put optic in there instead. Oh, move speed, right? Yep, there we go. On YouTube, yes. Here, no. I don't get anything from the ads on Twitch. Of course, this is meaning that the seashell is doing nothing. I make no money from ads on Twitch. I make plenty of money from ads on YouTube. That's where the extra helps. Oh, that's because I took out the seashell. Derp. Alright, this seems like something that'll be useful later on, huh? Of course not. I'm not a partner. The reason I do this on Twitch is to interact with you guys. Entirely. Yeah. Seems pretty good. And again, so does that. Alright. It's been fun messing with. Bonus mission, long live the Queen, Doctorate. Kill the Fairy Queen, but don't kill any fairies. I don't think I can do that. However, treasure hunt. Open all chests, eliminate giant plant monster. Let's try this. It's a masters. We've got our bachelors. Let's try the masters. Enchantment button causes them to deal no damage, but orange effects are greatly increased. For example, the if I were to go to this one, nothing happens. This one, yes, the sight radius would become +7 instead of +6. You find better. That's how you upgrade the grade. Things die. Of course, that Fairy Queen has 1,000 of the hit points. She'll take a minute, or a couple of mana bars fall to kill. Down she goes. Gem get. Goblins have 200 hit points now. Turrets up to 150. Grade B Spider Silk. Nice. Now I'm getting the good stuff. I haven't been paying attention. Has this been in the same order every time? Oh! Ha! Right. Take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number of stones. Don't know why I didn't figure that out until now. Alright, got most of the grade D vacuum cleaner. Alright. There are something like 40 materials in this game, and 5 grades to each of them. Giving you a million different variations of spells, and a couple 100,000 actual unique effects. You're new. Oh, grade B Essence of Orange. Fantastic. Alright, boss time? Boss time. Maybe not boss time. It's really the combination of explosive and ricochet that makes this thing destroy groups. I don't even know if the beam portion of this is necessary. It just looks cool to me. I'm missing a gem yet. Wow, yeah. Oh, run, run, run. That really wasn't so bad. However, I missed a gem. I gotta go back for it. I do like having the extra movement speed. It's kind of nice. I think that's a better ever cold ice than I have in my robe. Oh no, I have a D in my robe. It's providing me 10 extra hit points. Well, a shield with max 10 hit points. Same difference, though. Hello, Junior Killjoy. C, Philosopher's Stone. C, Illusionist. D, Sticky Slime. C, Vacuum Cleaner. D, Guillotine. And the final artifact, the Spellblade of Legion. Mission complete. Did you find some good loot? Great, then I don't need to give you money or anything. Knew it. I found a soul contract. Consume health instead of mana for increased spell power. That's a terrible idea. Vacuum Cleaner. On spells, pulls enemies and loot towards projectile. On robes, pulls nearby loot to you. Nice. Spider Silk, leave a trail behind that persists for some time. Creates a trail of illusion clones that damage enemies on collision. Eh. Not even a little roguelike. Free play, free play, free play, free play. Okay. Well, I definitely can't manage that one yet, as my spells are not selective. So... but you know what? I want a fire spell if I'm going to go back to the ice area. So let's go back to the temple. In defense of the ancients. You might have heard that the ancients invented magic. More importantly than that, they discovered fashion. Before the ancients, people only wore clothes to protect themselves. But the ancients made it look good. Find me a relic of the ancients' impeccable fashion sense. Alright. We can upgrade our primary spell. It now gives 3 extra shots. That's kind of neat. And nothing else can be... Oh, yep, my robe can be upgraded. From +4 to +6 magic meters per second. Nice. I can work with that. Hello, Ikaguya. We have the Honorable Protector. It that annihilates. Okay. Ooh, gems. Must. Collect gems. More gems. Having faster movement speed is useful. Three of the 4 gems right at the start. Pardon me. Am I trapped? What's going on here? That's right. Go away. Is that a boulder? That looks like an awful lot like a boulder. And it's gaining speed. Yeah, my spread shot got a little bit cooler. Ha! Missed. Alright, what'd I get? The Wisdom of the Ancients. Awesome. Looked like socks. Look, guy, I really want you to leave me alone for a bit. That'd be good. Thank you. Ow. Ow. Could have done that better. I've been releasing a running red video for every crash landing video and vice versa. I'm not sure why you would think one was on hold for the other, besides the fact that September has been a less than great month at getting things done. Part of that has been physical health issues, part of that has been mental health issues. Things are good. Thanks for asking. Uh-oh. Alright, here's imprisoning the Temple Guardian. There we go. Got him. Oh no, the sound effects in this game are fantastic. They are really well done. Not always, no. I make sure that the game and the soundtrack are allowed to be on stream and on YouTube first. Well, I've done everything in this level. There's an unexplored area that I'm not going to worry about. Alright, so I can grab the Dustpan of Haste or the Grudge Talisman. It looks like there's a world-specific set of artifacts each time, too. Yes, you do, J.R. Killjoy. Is that really what you found? Sandals and socks? Amazing. Truly, the ancients were fashionistas of the highest caliber. Leave me, I must meditate on this wisdom. Got the miniature sun. Projectiles have a damaging aura, or nearby enemies take damage. Sundial. Hastes on cast or at low health, time slow, 30-second cooldown. And Caustic Ichor. Enemies take increased damage from the next spell, or periodically marks a nearby enemy, increasing the damage you deal to it. Alright, back to the temple. Alright, so finish the Masters, the Bachelors, and the Associates. Doctorate. Honor thy slipper. Pray to Durlan Zu, god of fashion, and imprison the Temple Guardian. Most ancient and holy tomes of fashion speak of a chosen one who can make any outfit look good. You may be this chosen one. To achieve your true power, you must first go on a pilgrimage. Go to the temple. Pray at the altar to the god of fashion. He will reveal to you your destiny. Alright. Can I upgrade my primary beam? I can. It now does an extra... a whole lot more damage. That's what it does. It also obeys gravity a little bit harder. And I can upgrade my wand spell, so I can travel further through walls. And I can upgrade my robes to increase the detection range on my loot finding ability. Hello, Shadow 306K. Oh, Honorable Protector again. Let's see if I'm going to regret doing the Doctorate level already. Nah, I seem to be okay. Things have a little bit more of the hit points. There we go. Ah, missed me. That hit and hurt. Ow. Really need you to stop doing that, guy. I don't suppose saying please would have any effect. Ow. My face. My beautiful face. Almost. Yeah, the sense of humor in this game is right up my alley. Alright, so I need to get down to that altar. The only way that I saw was up here. We're gonna bring this gong one more time. These socks are practically essential for this temple. Okay, I don't know how the wizard is doing that, but I want that spell. I am not cool enough for this level quite yet. We're just gonna wait for some easy kills to happen before we move forward any. I might actually die on this one. Yep, I am low on the hit points. There I go. And explosions. Yeah, well, when I have, basically level D stuff. Charms enemies when their control buildup exceeds their current health. Grants invisibility if not cast a spell or taking damage in a while. Neat. What? Huh. Got some stuff. Should go see if I can make any upgrades. I've got a 1B essence and 1B stone, which can make me ectoplasm. That's not that useful. Yeah, I'm still very early days in this game. All of these are a little difficult to figure out as well. What was that? Chaos Butterfly. Randomly changes direction. Neat. Alright, so I want a fire spell if I'm going to go back to the ice caves. So I haven't been there since the Acolyte days. Which, I need to go to a spellcrafter to do that. Do I want another beam? Ikaguya, because I am not a partner. Sorry. Here, we'll make the ultimate fire beam. All of the fiery goodness I can think of. Nope, that also gets you transcoders. Permanently. Unfortunately, I tend not to attract a large enough audience to get transcoders on a day, most days. Not to Twitch, anyway. If you'd like to help me get more, feel free to help tweet it out and such. That's a terrible idea that I would not enjoy at all, Junior Killjoy. Karataro, it's not about a specific number. Unfortunately, XT Shadow, I am not known for my streaming. It's my YouTube videos, and I've been lax on those lately. So I've had a lot of people unsubscribing. Need a Rift Crystal to get in. Okay. Well, then I guess I'm going to turn you into a self-buff. We are going to grab the best Rift Crystal I have. Which is not much. We're going to make you an enchantment spell. And I want the haste. Sure, we'll have it illuminate as well. Why not? Do I need it to be rock to get through something? Probably. This beam seems kind of worthless. I think it's the sun effect is stopping it from doing normal damage. It's just doing the other. Whoops. That's not the button I mean to be hitting. Still amused that I can set the snow on fire. Okay, so the haste effect works out pretty well with my wand spell. This is going to take a little bit of time. Whoops. I'm in trouble here, actually. Did I accidentally set the beam spell on an enchantment as well? I mean, that would explain why it's acting the way it is, but... Haste seems pretty nice. All things considered. Oh, neat. So with the projectile shield that you have to walk to build up, yeah, I can sit here and walk into a corner and build it up. I don't even know what nuclear throne is. Does not ring a bell. Well, I mean, I've heard of it, but I don't remember where or why. Yep. This is just gonna take some time. But I pretty much got this. Down he goes. There we go. I don't like these anti-magic crystals. They're really the worst. Oh, nice. Alright, haste is fast. I really don't want to deal with the shadow. Nope. I thought I could jump over it, maybe. Bad shadow. Alright. I am missing one gem. And I don't see it on my map. Ah, there it is. Store. Alright, let's get out of here. Mr. Fusion has a bad day. That's less than friendly. Hello, Triple Play. There we go. Down he goes. Yes, that was absolutely the mechanic there, Zendarva. I just brute forced it because that's what I do. Finesse is not what I do. Ooh, okay. Map revealed plus 50%. Columbus's Compass. Coach's Stopwatch. Increase the time you are invulnerable after taking damage by 300%. Tipsy's Mysterious Flask. Hold Q for 1 second. Restore 80% of missing health. 3 uses per level. And Izzy's Bookmark. Hold Q to warp back to where you were 5 seconds ago. 5-second cooldown. We'll grab the flask. I don't see myself using any of that, actually. And we are back to the college. Alright, folks. It is 3:53. Wonderful. I feel safer already. I hope that shrine actually works. We found an owlbear trap that sets a trap or reduces incoming damage while standing still, and the chaos butterfly. Neat. Alright. Achievement get good enough. This achievement is rewarded for complete most of the protection ritual. Nice. So, I am going to call it for today, as I have some things going on this evening, so I'm going to wrap up a little bit early as I went quite a bit late last night. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll probably be playing more of this and finishing out the game later on. Going to do some looking into some other spell combinations. See if I can get my hands on some cooler effects that I currently have. Though what I'm doing seems to be working pretty well. In any case, thank you very much for joining me. See you next time. Let's see if I've got anyone on tap to send you guys at. Ooh, actually, yeah. Check this out. Cool guy, Quetzi, is playing Shadows of Mordor, which I'm not going to be playing because I'm not dropping 50 bucks on the game that I can't put onto YouTube because they're a bunch of brand jerky jerks. Anyway, it's a fantastic game. Quetzi's playing it right now. Go check out Shadows of Mordor. Have a good time. good night.